everyone. Welcome to the Daily English Conversation Club. Have you ever finished a big project at work, stayed late for weeks straight, and then thought, wow, I really deserve a bit more in my paycheck this time? But then you just freeze up because asking for a salary raise feels so scary and awkward? Yeah, I've been there too, heart pounding and everything. Today, Leo and I are chatting about exactly that, how to ask for a salary raise in a confident, natural way that actually works. It's such a useful skill for your career and your English practice at the same time, you know?
Hi, friends. Leo here. Zara is spot on. A lot of us, especially if English isn't our first language, worry that we'll sound pushy or make a silly mistake and ruin everything. But honestly, asking for a raise is completely normal and professional. It shows you value your own work and you're serious about growing. Before we jump in, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. And please, drop a comment below. Have you ever asked for a raise? What happened? Did it go well or was it a bit nerve-wracking? Share your story. It helps all of us learn together. It makes this community feel like real friends chatting.
Exactly, Leo. Let's start with why this topic matters so much in real life. You know, when you ask for a raise and do it well, you're not just talking about money. You're showing your boss that you understand your worth, that you're serious about growing with the company, and that you've been paying attention to how you contribute every single day. I remember my cousin in marketing. She handled 3 extra clients last year on top of her regular workload, stayed late many evenings, and felt exhausted but really proud of the results. She finally asked, and guess what? She got a 15% increase. It completely changed how she felt about her job. She started coming to work with more energy and even suggested new ideas more freely. But the key was timing and preparation, not just walking in and hoping for the best.
Yeah, timing is everything, honestly. You don't want to ask on a random Tuesday when the company just lost a big contract or everyone is stressed about deadlines. Good moments are after a performance review, right after you finish a huge project that everyone noticed, or around your work anniversary when people are naturally thinking about your growth. For example, if your team just hit sales targets thanks to your ideas, that's the perfect window because the success is fresh in everyone's mind. Companies often have budget talks at the end of the year or quarter, so keep your ears open during team meetings. Listen for hints like, "We're reviewing compensation next month." That's your cue to get ready.
Totally. And before you even open your mouth, you need to prepare like it's a big presentation. First, look at what people in similar jobs are earning. Sites like Glassdoor or LinkedIn can give you a realistic idea, not to copy exactly, but to know a fair range for your city and experience level. Then write down your achievements, not just I worked hard, but real numbers that paint a clear picture. I increased customer satisfaction by 25%, or I saved the team 10 hours a week with a new process I created. That makes your request feel solid and professional, not emotional or vague. I always tell my friends to keep a little success folder on their computer with emails from happy clients or positive feedback from bosses. It helps when you're nervous and your mind goes blank.
I love how you put that, Zara. It's not about demanding more money. It's about showing the real value you bring every day. And remember, practice these conversations out loud. Even if your English is B1 or B2 level, saying the words helps them feel natural and confident. We'll give you lots of example phrases today so you can rehearse at home, maybe while cooking dinner or walking the dog. It really works.
Speaking of practice, let's think about how you start the conversation without sounding nervous. You could say something simple like, "Hi, I'd like to schedule a quick meeting to talk about my role and compensation." It sounds polite and professional, right? Or if you already have a one-on-one coming up, you can add, "I've been reflecting on my contributions this year and I'd love your thoughts on my growth here." See? Calm and positive, like two colleagues having a normal chat.
Exactly. And don't forget to smile and keep good eye contact, even on a video call. Body language matters as much as the words, you know? It shows you're confident and respectful. Okay, once you're in that meeting, how do you actually bring up the raise? This is the part a lot of people get nervous about, but it doesn't have to be scary.
Right. Start with thanks to set a friendly tone. Something like, first of all, thank you for the opportunity to work here. I really enjoy my role and the team. Then gently move to the point. Over the past year, I've taken on extra responsibilities, like leading the new client onboarding process, which helped us close 3 big deals. Based on that and current market rates for my position, I'd like to discuss adjusting my salary.
Oh, I like that script, Zara. It focuses on facts, not feelings. You can even suggest a number politely. I was thinking something in a range of a 10 to 15% increase would reflect my contributions. But be ready to negotiate because sometimes they can't give the full amount right away. They might offer more vacation days or a bonus instead. That's still a win, honestly.
Let me role play a quick example with you. Imagine I'm the boss. Leo, you start.
Okay. Hi, thanks for meeting with me. I've really enjoyed contributing to the team this year. For instance, I streamlined our reporting system and saved everyone about 5 hours a week. I feel ready for the next level, and I'd love to talk about my compensation to match that growth.
Nice. As the boss, I might say, I appreciate you bringing this up. Your work has been excellent. Let me check the budget and get back to you next week. Or sometimes they say yes on the spot. We can definitely look at a raise starting next month.
See how calm that feels? Now, what if the answer is not right now? Don't get upset or defensive. You can reply, I understand. Could we revisit this in 6 months? That keeps the door open and shows you're mature about it. Or ask, what would help me qualify for a raise sooner? It turns the no into useful feedback that can help you improve.
Great point. I once had a colleague who asked without any numbers ready. The boss said no because it felt vague and unprepared. So preparation really is your best friend here. Also, think about the whole package. Maybe health benefits, flexible hours, or even professional development courses matter to you too.
Totally. And for our listeners learning English, notice how we use phrases like based on market rates, reflect my contributions, and revisit this. They sound professional, but aren't too complicated at all. Practice them in front of the mirror or record yourself on your phone. It builds confidence fast, I promise.
You know what? If this episode is helping you right now and making you feel a little braver, pause for a second and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And tell us in the comments, what's one achievement you're really proud of at work lately? Or have you ever negotiated anything before, like a better deal on rent or a phone plan? We read every comment, and it helps the whole community grow. Share this episode with a friend who might need it too. Maybe someone who's been thinking about asking for more at their job.
Yes, let's keep going with more examples and tips because there's still so much useful stuff to cover.
One big mistake people make is waiting until they're really unhappy or complaining about money all the time. That puts the boss on defense right away and makes the conversation harder. Another common mistake is not having clear examples ready, just saying, I deserve more without any proof, or sounding too emotional, like, I need more money because rent went up and life is expensive. Keep it about your value to the company, not your personal bills.
So true. Also, don't forget to follow up nicely after the meeting. Send a short, polite email the same day or the next. Thank you again for the discussion today. I'm excited about continuing to contribute and look forward to your thoughts on my compensation. It shows you're a professional and keeps things moving without being pushy.
I have a quick success story that always motivates me. A friend of mine in IT asked for a raise after learning a new software tool that saved the company thousands of dollars in the first quarter alone. He used calm phrases, brought actual data and screenshots of his results, and ended up getting not only a raise, but also a promotion to team lead. He told me the preparation made him feel completely in control. Even though his English wasn't perfect at the time, it just proves that being ready matters more than sounding like a native speaker.
That's inspiring. For our B1 and B2 friends listening, here's a light recap of useful expressions we've used today so far. I like to discuss my compensation based on my contributions this year. Is there room for a salary adjustment? And could we revisit this in a few months? Say them out loud this week, maybe while walking or making coffee in the morning. It'll feel natural soon, and you'll notice how much more confident you sound.
And remember, every industry is a bit different. In some places, like big corporations, you ask in person during a formal review. In smaller startups or creative fields, an email works first and then a casual chat. But the polite, prepared approach almost always wins, no matter where you work.
Let's think about different situations, too. If you work remotely, like many of us do now, the conversation might happen on Zoom. In that case, dress professionally from the waist up, sit in good light, and test your microphone beforehand so your voice comes across clearly and confidently.
Yeah, exactly. Or if you're in the service job like teaching or retail, you might highlight how you've helped improve team morale or brought in more customers. The principles stay the same. Show value, use numbers, stay positive. I've seen friends in different countries use almost the same scripts and get great results because the core idea is universal.
Speaking of real life, let's do another short role play with a different scenario. Imagine you're in a small company and the boss is also a friend. Leo, you be the employee this time.
Sure. Hi, I really appreciate how supportive the team has been. In the last 6 months, I've taken on the social media management, which grew our followers by 40%. I'd like to talk about adjusting my salary to match the extra responsibilities I'm handling now.
Perfect. As the boss, I might reply, "That's great feedback. I hadn't realized how much you were doing. Let's look at the numbers together." See, it opens the door naturally.
Now, what if the boss gives you a counteroffer that's lower than you hoped? You can say something like, "Thank you, I appreciate that. Is there flexibility to meet somewhere in the middle?" It keeps the conversation going without burning bridges.
Absolutely. And if they say yes, don't forget to thank them again and ask about the next steps so everything is clear in writing.
We've covered timing, preparation, the actual words, and handling different answers. But there's one more important thing: common mistakes that can quietly hurt your chances. For example, bringing up personal problems instead of work achievements, or comparing yourself to colleagues in a negative way. Always stay focused on your own growth and the company's success.
You know what? If this episode is giving you ideas and you're feeling motivated to try this soon, pause again and subscribe if you haven't. Tell us in the comments, have you ever asked for a raise? Or are you planning to soon? What's holding you back? Or what's making you excited? We read every single comment and sometimes even reply. Share this episode with a friend who's job hunting or feeling stuck at work. It could really help them.
Yes, and let's keep chatting because we still have follow-up tips, more success stories, and a natural vocabulary recap coming up. We've covered so much today, from timing to scripts to handling any answer. Now it's your turn. Go practice with a friend or in the mirror this weekend. If you try asking for a raise soon, come back and tell us how it went. We love hearing real stories from you.
Thank you so much for listening to the Daily English Conversation Club. If this episode helped you feel more confident about professional English and career conversations, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. We read every comment, so let us know. What's the next career topic you want us to cover? Salary negotiation part 2? Or maybe how to handle difficult conversations with colleagues? Until next time, keep practicing. Keep growing, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone. Take care and talk soon. Wait. Before we fully wrap up, let's quickly go over a few more practical situations because I know many of you are listening from different countries and jobs. For example, if you work in a government or a very traditional office in places like India or Europe, sometimes the process is more formal. You might need to write a detailed letter first and attach your achievements. In that case, keep the language even more polite. I am writing to respectfully request a review of my current compensation based on my contributions over the past 18 months. It shows respect and professionalism at the same time.
Yeah, that's a good point, Zara. Or think about seasonal jobs or freelance work. Asking for a raise there might mean negotiating your hourly rate or project fee. You could say, "Given the quality of work I've delivered and the new skills I've added, I'd like to propose increasing my rate to." It's the same idea, facts and value first. I've had friends who started as interns and used these exact steps to go from entry-level pay to a four-time comfortable salary in just 2 years. It really works when you stay consistent and positive.
Totally. And for our A1, B1 friends who are just starting to feel comfortable with longer conversations, don't worry if you mix up a word or two. Bosses care more about your attitude and preparation than perfect grammar. The fact that you're practicing English through podcasts like this already shows you're someone who keeps learning and improving. That's a huge plus in any workplace.
Exactly. Let's do one last quick recap of the most useful phrases we practiced today so they stick in your mind. I'd like to schedule a meeting to discuss my compensation. Based on my achievements this year, I was hoping for a 10 to 15% adjustment. Could we revisit this in 6 months? And thank you for your time and consideration. Say them slowly, then faster, then in your own sentences. Record yourself on your phone and play it back. You'll hear yourself getting smoother each time.
I also want to add a little personal opinion here. Asking for a raise isn't just about money. It's about respecting yourself and your time. When you do it well, you feel more motivated at work, and sometimes it even opens doors to better projects or promotions you didn't expect. I've seen it happen for so many people, including myself a couple of years ago. I prepared a short list of my wins, practiced the conversation twice, and walked out with a nice increase plus flexible hours. It felt amazing.
Same here. So if you've been putting it off, this could be your sign to start preparing this week. And remember, even if the answer isn't what you hoped right away, you've planted the seed and shown your boss you're thinking long term. That alone is valuable.
We've covered timing, preparation, scripts, role plays, mistakes to avoid, follow-ups, and real stories. Now it's really your turn to take action. Try one small step today. Maybe update your achievement list or practice one phrase out loud. You've got this.
Thank you again for spending this time with us at the Daily English Conversation Club. If this conversation made you smile or feel more prepared, hit that like button, subscribe for more real-life English chats, and share the episode with a colleague or friend who's learning too. Drop us a comment with your thoughts or your own race story. We genuinely read them all. What's the next topic you'd love to hear? Job interviews? Email writing? We're listening. Until next time, keep practicing your English every day. Keep believing in yourself, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone. Take care, stay confident, and talk soon.